anymore.
And I never really know what to wear them with. And now I know that maybe I should bring them in one day and it'd look better on you with that sweater. I'm telling you. It'll be a perfect match.
What jumped off the page from Linus's play?
Yeah, he there was a lot of action around the net, perimeter stuff, which Tampa does a good job with puck possession against us. We played each other so often. We're trying to really limit their slot looks, which I think we did. So he was able to track pucks well, find them, and then keep his stamina up, because that's a lot of, a couple of those shifts in the third were, seemed like the first 10 minutes, about 7 minutes was probably in our end. So, he's got to stay engaged in the game. You never know where the shot's coming from. And then I thought he played the puck well, Fluto, like when he was supposed to, trying to help get out on the kill on dump ins, moving it up quick in certain situations. So just everything a little more on his toes lately. So good. That's what we want. They have a world-class goaltender. You're gonna need a great game from that position if you're gonna beat Tampa typically. And I thought it was a good goaltenders battle tonight. We were just one better.
I think his game is rising, if you will, because of where you are in the season.
It could be, I think it took him a while to get acclimated. Don't forget, he's got two young kids. He moves from a different city. Like, there's some stuff you got to go through. You got, the Tuukka experience where he wasn't exactly sure how that's all going to play out. None of us were. Jeremy gets off to a good start. So there's a lot of things going on there. And I think eventually he's just kind of settled in and found his game and gone about his business. And I also think I can't speak to Buffalo before. He's put in good work with Bob. When we asked him, he's used to being the number one. In between your starts, you gotta punch the clock. You got to get your work done to sort of round out your game. And I think he's done a really, really good job getting the reps in. And I think that's all those things have helped him. But specifically, I think that would help a guy as much as anything when you're conditioning yourself to handle these workloads. You're working on your technique when you're not playing, so you can, it can become a little more automatic.
I think there's some, if you will, psychological equity when you get a win like this late against this team, a team you may face.
I think what helped us tonight, from my point of view, is I thought some guys were off a little tonight. We were able to stay in the game. We had a really good second period. We talked about some things between the first intermission, and that translated well. And then they had a really good third at the start. And we held on, and we didn't break. So I think that part of it was, hey, we can be in our kind of B game mode. It was, as long as it doesn't slip to C game, you get back to finding your game and hang in there. And that's what I took from the game tonight. We were able to do that. Overtime, not much happening. I thought both teams had really good coverage, didn't allow anybody easy access, and we end up making a play. But that's a part of the game. Our penalty kill came through for us. Power play didn't really get a look. There were a couple of early ones that we took ourselves out of, or I can't remember how the second one happened. But anyway, I thought we generated a little bit, at least in the third, on that one to sort of get going the second unit to give us a little life on the bench.
Birdie's line seemed to have those dominant nights. How much did they sort of hold everyone along to?
Well, that's what they do. And Jake's done a really good job, especially with Pasta out. I thought he was our best forward tonight, Jake, in terms of all-around play. He was engaged in the game, trying to be physical when he's supposed to on the forecheck and winning pucks, and played a low on the kill and did a real good job for us. And obviously Berge and Marsh, I think they enjoy playing Tampa. They get up for it. It's a team with, they know their matchup's probably going to be Braden Point and Kucherov. So, world-class players again that they want to outplay. So, they were certainly very good tonight. Marsh, a little tougher time finishing around the front of the net. Puck wasn't cooperating, but his compete level was high.
So the way that they spread the ice in the offensive zone, you're okay with letting them have?
The outside, okay? Where we got into trouble in the past is they'd get it up low to high and away from pressure, and Kucherov would sit on that half wall, and he'd start moving up, and he'd find that low seam a lot. And we played with Stamkos, so we'd have 2D in front engaged with one player. So they had 4 high almost to our 3. So we've learned now to get our D away from the front of the net to try to get in that passing lane. We've done a better job with it. That's an adjustment they've made over the years. We've kind of countered with it. And I think you saw it tonight a little bit. They had to keep kind of going up to the D and back below the goal line as opposed to through the seam. So they're one of the better teams in the league at it. Obviously, Toronto, very good at it. Toronto's become a little more straight line, Fluto, than it seems like this year from seeing them than maybe a few years ago where they were trying a lot of those plays. But there's certainly 3 or 4 teams that are very good at it. Philadelphia is another one. When they started, zipping it through that box 5-on-5, they were very good at it as well. But, Tampa's the best we've seen. And like I said, tonight we're able to counter that for the most part.
Inclined to come back with Ullmark?
I'll talk to Bob about that. We hadn't set our starter for. We will let you know tomorrow for sure. We're going to practice, or at least some guys will. We'll make that decision, see how he's feeling.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.